Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Winnick. You're back in with a brand new video today. So it's February 10th on a Saturday. I was not expecting to film a video today, but something really interesting happened to me earlier today. So this right here is my Razer Black Widow Chroma Tournament Edition. This is an old keyboard. I think it came out in like 2015 or something like that. I got this in Christmas of 2016, so I've had it for a long time, and I've been overdue for a new keyboard for a while. However, this legit stopped working this morning, so I needed a new keyboard as soon as possible, which is why we are going to review the Razer Huntsman Mini. Now, this is not exactly a new keyboard. It has been around for a few years. I think it came out in like 2019 or 2020 or something like that, but the reviews for it, even as many years old as it is, were still very positive, and I looked into it and it seemed like a really good product, so we are going to see how good the Razer Huntsman Mini is, and I'm really hoping that this will be a good keyboard. I'm assuming this will be a very solid upgrade. And something else that I did that I've never done before is that I got it in white, because everything else in my setup is already black. I figured, you know what, I kind of want to go for something a little bit different, so I got it in white. I'm hoping that it'll look really good, and I think it'll be a nice contrast for what I got going on, but we'll see how much of an upgrade this is from a 2015-2016 keyboard to this. So yeah, without further ado, let's do an unboxing and review of the Razer Huntsman Mini. So I've actually never done an unboxing of this kind of style before. As you guys see, you guys are looking down at my desk, and I don't really have a professional tripod. If you can actually see right here, this is the tripod that I use for my desk, which I put my webcam on, and so I kind of like, it's a twisty tripod, so I kind of twisted it in a way to where it would actually be able to capture this, which, I mean, it's probably not the best look out there, but I'm looking at the viewfinder right now. It actually doesn't look too bad, and I am pretty tall, so like my eyes are kind of like looking over at a weird angle, and thankfully I'm not so tall that I'm shadowing over top of the light in my room, but you know, whatever. I hope that the angle at least looks good enough, and I can probably make it look better in editing, but here, that's probably going to happen a few times. I gotta be very careful. This right here is the box for the Razer Huntsman Mini. It's a very nice looking box. I really like the white color scheme on it. It's got like this cool, not even camo, it's got this cool kind of like granite, I guess, maybe, color pattern going on there, which I think is cool. It's a really cool pattern. And it's got the 60 form factor on it, which means that it's a 60% keyboard. That's what these mini keyboards are typically known as. It's got optical switches, double shot PBT caps, and detachable C cable, which is also something I'm looking forward to. And it's also, I got the clicky version of this keyboard because there's the purple caps and the red caps. The red caps are called the linears, and then these are the clicky ones. I know some people like linears more, but I don't know, when I was listening to the audio for them, I liked the sound of the clickies more, which might just be me being used to the Black Widow, but I don't know, I feel like it's going to be a very nice sounding keyboard because I kind of like when my keyboards have a little bit of a click to it. The rest of the box kind of has like this nice silver finish going on. Probably not too many details I'm going to go on the sides, but it's got a nice silver finish. Down the back, you kind of got a lot of the same stuff you saw on the front, but just in more detail. So we got for I don't even know how you pronounce it, like the Razer clicky optical switches for actuation at the speed of light, for easier setup and storage for the detachable C cable, double shot PBT caps for a sturdy textured finish with a side printed secondary functions, 60 form factor for a portable streamlined gaming experience, yada yada yada. Probably not all that important, but there's some cool details in the box, and I actually like the fact that I got a small keyboard because I'm hoping that it'll actually be comfortable though, because small keyboards have been on the market for a while now, and like my desk is not the biggest space ever, so I'm kind of hoping that this will not take up so much space, because my old Black Widow, if you look at this, like this takes up quite a bit of space on my desk, and I did have it moved over a little bit, so it was like realistically more over here, but I do not have the biggest desk space, so having a mini keyboard will hopefully fix that problem. Also, I'm sorry if the thing keeps wobbling. But yeah, without further ado, we are going to unbox this. Let's hope that this is a easy unboxing. So we got the sticker here with the arrow, that this should hopefully be easy to take off. I'm gonna try to keep it like nice though, because in case this doesn't work that well, I might have to return it. I don't know. I got it from bestbuy.com on sale actually, because had I gotten it on Amazon, it would have cost way more. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll actually be able to return it, but we can try. Okay, so I was able to get the sticker off nicely. We're opening the box now, and there's this little, is that underneath? Okay, no, this little, whatever that is. Alright, so I'm seeing the keyboard right now with the plastic wrap on it. You might be able to see the reflection, actually, I don't know. And then, oh wait, hold on, wait, we got some instructions here. We got the really nice instructions, and we got the Razer Huntsman Mini instructions. It's probably not going to be too hard to figure out. I can probably just plug it in because I got Synapse going already, so I'm not really too worried about that. But we got this, which is important for some people. We got this right here, which allows me to pull this out. So here's the keyboard and the plastic wrap. I'll kind of get more to that in a second. And then the bag in which the cable comes in. This is a long, thick cable. I'll probably do a comparison with this with my other cables in just a minute. So I'm going to get these off the desk for now. Because first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the keyboard out because I want to see what we're working with here.
So it's not a super heavy keyboard. It's really light. Well, I shouldn't say it's really light, but it's got some lightness to it. To be honest, I kind of expected it to be a little bit heavier, but I don't know. Let me pull out the thing. Ooh, okay, so... yeah, it's pretty light. I kind of expected it to be more heavy, but... it's still got, like, a little bit of girth to it, so... the build, let's see. So the build doesn't sound, like, overly strong, but it sounds, like, sturdy enough, so... I think that's a plus. It's about... I'm looking at, like, the size of it. I got pretty big hands, but, like... I think this is pretty workable. Like, this doesn't seem, like, overly small. The keys click really fast. That's what I'm really noticing that's really interesting to me. The keys click really fast. What's also cool about this, I saw in some other reviews, that this has risers on it, which most 40% keyboards don't do that, so I can do this and add a little bit of height to it, which adds 6 degrees of height. And then if I do this, it adds 9 degrees of height, which gives me... I can see this working. I think this is, like, honestly not too bad of a size, although if you have really massive hands, this size might be too small for you. But I don't know, as a keyboard size, like, I can see this working. It doesn't, like, it's definitely small, definitely have to get used to it, but it doesn't feel overly small to me. I don't know. So, I don't know, I think the size is, like, decent enough. I think it's got a pretty, like, you know, sturdy build to it. I mean, it's probably not the best build out there, but I think it's probably got a good enough build to it. The bottom of it is where I kind of just get a little bit weird, because you can actually see the, like, the underneath the caps. This is something I'll have to get used to, but, I mean, it doesn't look bad, so don't really complain about it too much. I'm liking the way these sound. Probably, I mean, if we compare the clickiness to this, like, I mean, I think this will always just be the sound I'm used to, but I get used to this. Doesn't sound too bad. What's always the most interesting thing is that whenever I stream on Twitch, my mic always picks up my keyboard, and so I feel like when I do this, it's fairly loud, so it'll probably pick this up really well. It actually, my stream mic does pick this up pretty well. My stream mic probably won't pick this up overly as much as this one, but it'll probably still be there, not that it matters all that much, but that's kind of how I feel about it in regards to its clickiness. Okay, let's look at the cable now, because the cable I'm really interested in. So I know that there's, like, the coil cable, which is not what this comes with. The coil cable comes separately, and I might upgrade to that in the future, but this cable seems, like, really long is what I'm noticing right here. So, ooh, I don't know if the camera captures it well, but in person, this is a beautiful silver kind of white. I think that's a insanely good looking cable. Ooh, I like this. Hold on, wait. Oh, that's what's on the ground. I like the build of this band. I don't know. It's an interesting build. Does that just stay on there? I don't know how to feel about that, but because there's the USB cable. The USB-C cable, which I'm glad that it's got USB-C, because USB-C is kind of taking over the world right now. And so it shows, like, Razer's moving forward, because if I compare it to this was the USB micro cable that came with the Black Widow, and USB micro's been outdated for a while now, so I mean, it's about time they kind of upgraded the USB-C. And because this cable is older, this one obviously feels cheaper. This one feels a little bit nicer, I would say. That's expected. And also, something else I forgot to mention is that cable that I just showed you, the black one, kind of like gave out after a while, so I used this other USB-C cable that I have from like some other device, and it did a little bit better, but then the keyboard gave out this morning. I tried another USB micro cable that I had around, it didn't work, so I was like, okay, I gotta get a new keyboard. So, in terms of like build, in terms of like the way this wire feels, this feels like somewhat of an upgrade, I would say. Alright, let's actually test it out though. So I'm gonna plug this into my USB that I just got going on right here, and I will plug this into, I will plug this into there. Oh, and right away. I'm not sure how well the camera captures it, but like that's got some, that's glowing. Actually, if I compare it to my mouse doesn't look as, well, actually on camera it's a bit different, but in real life, the mouse kind of pales in comparison to the keyboard. That's interesting. Also got to update Synapse. I'll be back in just a minute. All right, so Razer Synapse just finished updating, and I currently got the lights off so I can show you a little bit more of the lighting settings for the Razer Huntsman Mini in a little bit better, because I think if we just do it in the dark, it's gonna look a lot better. So right now I just got it on static, so it's matching the same colors as my old Razer Mamba Tournament Edition. There's all sorts of different modes. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'll show you some of them. So there's ambient awareness, which kind of like captures what's on the screen, which right now I got Synapse going, hence some of the green going here. And then I got like the Spider-Verse backdrop on my PC that's kind of giving it this kind of vibe. So that's kind of an interesting setting. We got fire, which I think looks absolutely insane. I think that, especially on the white, when you got a white keyboard, these lights look absolutely insane. So I think the fire looks insane on these white keys. So this one's called Ripple. I think this also looks kind of interesting on the white keys. Oh, here's like the part that really confused me. So whenever I hit one of these, because the WASD kind of act as like the up and down in a way, it goes to like the next setting, which I don't know, but we got, that's something I'm gonna have to get used to. But it's right now going through spectrum cycling, which looks kind of nice. This is Starlight. I think Starlight's a very interesting one. It's just got like different ones going like that. And if I want, I can put in a different color. So if I want purple in there too, it'll do that, which is really cool. Then we got Wave, which I think the Wave looks insane on the white keys. I think that's like, it might be kind of hard to tell on camera, but in person, this looks absolutely insane. And here's Wheel. I think Wheel also looks absolutely insane. So if you can't tell, it's like going in a wheel like that. These lighting settings look really good on the white keys, and because it's a newer keyboard, I'm assuming that the lighting is just like improved a lot. So I don't know, I think that looks insane, and I'll probably toy around with the lighting settings a little bit more. But man, I just think this is a fantastic looking keyboard. It looks awesome, so I cannot wait to mess around with the lighting settings a little bit more. I just think it looks really great, not just on camera but in person. Like the white mixed with the lights and like some of the upgraded features. Like, oh, that looks so awesome. I can see some cool pictures being taken with this. By the way, I got the 9 degrees up because I got big wrists, and so I feel like this feels very comfortable to do this with. So something else that's also very interesting about the keyboard is that because it's a mini keyboard, you'll probably notice that on some of these keys, I hope the camera picks up okay, they got like different things on like the sides of the keys. So you got like the moon there, and you got a bunch of other different stuff. I'll see if I can get some better B-roll footage to get it to look better. But because it's a mini keyboard, it's missing a lot of keys because it just makes up for it by having all these other keys, which that's something that I'm going to have to get used to, which I mean, I'm sure I'll probably get used to it in a few days or something like that. But what I find really helpful is that whenever I hit the function key, all the keys that act as kind of like spare keys or 2-in-1 keys are all light up white for you. So very easy to navigate. So if I'm on Chrome right now and I hit this, it just does I. But if I hit function and do this, I doesn't come out because it assumes that I want to go up. If I do this, oh, I guess I'm not actually doing it. Yeah, if I do this, it'll lower the key lights for me with function on, so that's really interesting. See, if I do this, it'll mess with the sound thing on my computer. I'm probably not going to use these all that often, but it's kind of cool to see what these function keys have in store for us. So yeah, I mean, I can't really complain too much, and if I do shift and do that, an at comes out, so I can't complain too much. I mean, it pretty much does all the same functions that a normal size keyboard does. It's just got a couple little things here and there to kind of, you know, get used to. But like, I was considering that I'm gonna have it like this a lot of the time when I'm gaming, or it's kind of just gonna be off to the side or whatever. If I gotta do it, if I hit function and then hit one of the other things, like, it's a small keyboard, it's not really gonna like take up a whole lot of my room, I think. Although the only thing that's gonna suck though is that if I ever for whatever reason have to use the escape key, which kind of has like the accent underneath it, if you can see that okay, my hand's not big enough to go like that really, so I kind of have to like do that. So that is a little bit annoying, but like, I mean, it's not that bad, I guess. I mean, it's like, it could be worse, although this I can do. So there are some like, I guess, downsides in the sense of just me not having a big enough hand to reach across. I mean, I feel like if this keyboard was larger, I mean, if I compare it to this, if I had to do that also wouldn't work. If I had to do this would be annoying. So the fact that I kind of can just go or whatever, I mean, it works fine enough. I mean, it's definitely gonna take some getting used to, but I feel like for an overall size, I mean, it is a bit small, but I will get used to it. And I feel like in regards to like the function keys that all have their own thing, I mean, I feel like it's not too much of a hassle, I don't think, in my opinion. Okay, so I started filming the video that y'all just saw on February 10th, and I meant to film this a few days later, but it is now February 28th. I was really busy with stuff, and it took me a while to get to this. I'm very, very sorry. But I wanted to at least film this a few days, or at least, you know, sometime after I got the keyboard, to let y'all know how I feel after some time has passed. And I'm going to say, honestly, I think that the Razer Huntsman Mini is a really good keyboard for me personally. I have gotten used to the small size. I do really like the clickiness of the keyboard, and I've gotten used to hitting the function so I can go for one of the function keys. So it did take some getting used to, but I do like this quite a bit. My only real complaints that really is the fact that it does take some getting used to for how small it is, but once you get used to it, it's not really that big of a deal. Also, like I said, like, it's a nice keyboard, and for when it sits down, there's nothing really that wrong with it, but it does have
Not the strongest build, so I'm not the biggest fan of that either. But really, outside of that, I think this is a pretty solid keyboard. For me personally, I really like it. If the way I described it in the review sounds like something you'd want to pick up, I definitely recommend picking this up. But you know, like, definitely do some research on the project if this video was not enough for you, and look at some other alternative options before you decide whether or not you want to pick up the keyboard. But for me personally, I really like it, and I like having this sort of rainbow design going through it. I just think it looks really nice on the white. This is what I've had been going on for the past few weeks. I apologize that it took this long to get the video out and to make this next part of the video. I've already started editing the first half of this video, and it's already long enough, so instead of giving y'all a huge outro, y'all already know the deal. If you want to help out the channel, feel free to hit the like button and feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm going to end this video with a really nice B-roll montage. So, see you on the next one. Enjoy the montage.
Look at all the fucks I don't give to anyone but me. You're always saying that I'm a selfish human being. Look at all the fucks I don't give to anyone but me. You always said that I'm a selfish human being, but I swear I gave you everything I had, and I gave you love, but you ain't show it back. Instead of you lied to me, was never gonna ride for me. Tried hurting my pride with it, and I took my time with it. And now I'm too gone, too gone. Thought I was gonna change, but you can't be that dumb. Now I'm too numb, too numb. Sipping on some whiskey, but I need something stronger. Look at all the fucks I don't give to anyone.